I just told myself something this afternoon. No more waiting. It's just going to be action, work, think, and create. No more waiting. See, I got so upset like a minute ago because I had to wait for like 6 hours for the noise in my neighborhood to calm down before I would start recording. Now I have waited, like stayed, like half of my day is gone because I was waiting. It's so painful. In today's fast paced world, distractions are everywhere. Whether you're working in a busy coffee shop, a noisy co-working space, or even in your own home, your family members running around, creating epic content can be a real challenge. And I'm so sorry if you hear some sort of noise in the background where I'm recording because I can't afford to wait anymore. Yes, this is a challenge, but what if I told you that it is possible to still create high quality content despite all the noise and distraction around you? It's one of the biggest challenges we face when trying to create content in a noisy environment is staying focused. It's easy to get distracted by all the commotion going around us. And before we know it, we have wasted hours of our precious time. Another challenge is dealing with the technical difficulties that come with recording in a noisy space. From background noise to poor audio quality, it can be frustrating to get that sound just right. And let's not forget about the self-doubt. That self-doubt that begins to creep in when we are trying to record something meaningful in a less than an ideal environment. We might wonder if our content is good enough, if our audience will be able to focus on the message we are trying to convey. Furthermore, noise can be a huge distraction, making it difficult to concentrate on the task at hand. See, our brains are wired to respond to the stimuli around us. So when there is a lot of noise, it can be hard to tune out of that noise and focus on what we are trying to create. And even if we manage to, create something, there is still always that risk that something will seep into our recording and compromise the quality of our content. So, how do we overcome these challenges and create epic content despite the noise? One strategy for overcoming these noise-related challenges is to find ways to soundproof your recording space. That is, if you have the money to buy all of those equipment. This can be as simple as using noise cancellation headphones or investing in portable soundproof panels. But if you do not have the money to spend on expensive projects, just buy an earpiece that comes with a microphone attached to it, or buy a wired microphone like the type that I'm using here right now. These things cost between $1 to $2. You can also try recording at times when the noise is lower, but that is risky. That's what I just tried doing today, and I almost spent the whole day waiting for the noise to calm down. So you see, just record, just start recording. All right, don't mind whatever is happening in your environment, just try to focus. Okay, but then if you try to wait for the time when the noise is lower, you can choose like early in the morning or late at night. Another approach is to choose the right equipment for the job. Investing in high quality microphone and audio interface can make that huge difference in the quality of your recordings. And finally, developing a focused mindset is key to creating epic content in a noisy environment. This means setting clear goals for yourself and breaking your tasks down into smaller, manageable chunks and staying committed to your vision. This is like the most important part. Like, let your mind be so focused on the goal, and you need to keep telling yourself that this is just a phase and it will pass. This phase too shall pass, and you will be able to create the kind of content you want because you will move into a better place. A better place without any disturbances. I want to share a personal experience with you to illustrate this point better. I once found myself having to record a video in a very noisy environment. It was a busy conference floor. At first, I was worried that the noise would be able to, interfere with my recording and the noise would be too much. But I was determined to get the job done. So I found a quiet corner and put on my noise cancellation lapel microphone. And as at that time, I was using iPhone SX Max, and I started recording. To my surprise, the final product turned out great. and my audience loved it. The key takeaway from this experience is that with the right mindset and equipment, you can create high quality content even in the most challenging environment. One of the most inspiring examples of creating epic content in a noisy environment is that of a musician who created an entire album in a subway station. Despite the chaos and commotion going around him, he was able to focus on his music and create something truly remarkable. This just goes to show us that with determination and creativity, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges. You see, creating epic content in a noisy environment requires the right strategy, equipment if you have it, and mindset. Above all things, mindset. By soundproofing your space, choosing a simple cheap microphone, recording inside your room, and staying focused, you can overcome even the most distracting noise and create high quality content that resonates with your audience. That is what I'm doing right now. In spite of the noise, in spite of the distraction, I am focused on what I decided to do days before today. And I must get the job done with the noise or without the noise. I am doing it. And one trick I'm going to do again is to try to put text on my screen. So even when my audience cannot really hear me, they'll be able to read through the text that is appearing on the screen and be able to connect and relate to the information that I'm trying to pass across to them. So these are some of the few techniques that you can, use when trying to record in a noisy environment like mine. Now, if you have ever tried to create content in a noisy environment, I would love to hear about your experience in the comment section below. And if you are looking for more tips and tricks on creating epic content, be sure to check out my other videos. Now, click on the video on the screen right now because that's the video that YouTube thinks you should watch next.